Okay, hello everyone, WashU parents and family members. My name is Mimi Mudd. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Assistant Director for Parent and Family Engagement. I'm pleased to welcome you to this pre-recorded video, part of our family webinar series. Today, our conversation is regarding WashU's transition to Workday Student. Today, I'm joined by my colleagues, Michael Coffman, who is the Technical Project Director for Student Sunrise Project, and Ellen Rostand, who's the Change Management Project Director. They both have played leading roles in this transition to Workday and the university's new student information system. Michael and Ellen, I'm going to pass it over to you two.
Thank you, Mimi. Thanks for having us today. I'm Michael, and I've been with WashU now for 7 years. My daughter's a current graduate student working on her MSW at the Brown School. As Mimi mentioned, my role on the implementation has been to lead the technical work. So making sure we have and we can get all the data out of our old systems and into our new systems. We're working with our IT organizations to ensure other systems are effectively integrating with Workday and making sure our reports are in place so departments have the data and the information they need about their students.
And thanks, Mimi. Thanks for having us. I'm Ellen. I've been at WashU for 19 years in a variety of roles, but for the past 5 years, I've been working on this transition to Workday Student. Specifically, my team's job is to make sure that our students, faculty, and staff are aware of what's changing for them and why, and know what they need to do to prepare. I have a son at WashU. He is a junior in arts and sciences and having an incredible experience, which of course is what WashU is known for in terms of delivering to its students. So I thought what Michael and I would do today is give everyone a little background on why we're making this transition. We'll touch on some of the big changes for students. And if a parent or family member that's watching, if you pay all or a portion of tuition, there's some changes for you. So we'll go through those as well. And then we'll provide some resource information for families. So we'll have Michael start us off.
All right. So first, let's start off with just a little context of what a student information system is. It's really the backbone of the university's academic operations. It holds the student records. It's where our students search and register for classes. It's where advising occurs and where things like leaves of absences are managed and academic progress toward a degree are tracked. We don't just have one of these systems at the university. We have many, and they are really old. The student information system we just replaced was built in-house more than 30 years ago, back when WashU was a much smaller and a less complex. It was built on technology that doesn't exist anymore, so it's hard to secure and support. We've definitely outgrown it. So for the past 4 years, a team of us, as well as more than 400 people in schools and units like yours, have been working to implement Workday and take a look at policies and practices that we may want to streamline or change to benefit students. It's called the Student Sunrise Project. And while Workday is our largest initiative, it's not just about a new technology, but new ways of working too. Many parents and families may be familiar with Workday because of its popularity in the HR and finance systems. We use it for HR and finance at WashU too. But what people may not know is that we are one of the top student information systems providers. Sorry, Workday is one of the top student information providers. So Workday's student product is in use at many of our peer universities and others around the country. So we are in good company.
So we'll talk a little bit about what's changing for our students. Many of the things that students do today search for classes, register for classes, request transcripts, track their progress, apply for graduation, all those things. They're going to continue to do that. They're just going to do it in Workday, and they're going to do it in a system that looks completely different from the old one. So the biggest change for students and for all of us is that Workday just looks and feels completely different. And that's going to be challenging at first to be able to find the things they need to find and do the things they need to do because it just works differently in Workday. So other changes besides look and feel, for example, the system, will enforce various eligibility requirements. And what that means is that if a class is just for seniors, the system will make sure that only seniors can register for it. Similarly, if there is a class that has a prerequisite, so for example, Calculus 1 is a prerequisite for Calculus 2, a student will not be able to register for that upper level calculus class unless the prerequisite has been completed or is in the process of being completed. Of course, students can always request an override to these rules, and their school registrar or the instructor of their course can determine if they meet their requirements. And the benefit of this is that it will help keep our wait list shorter, which should be a plus. And it also ensures that the students who are in the class need to be in the class. So I think that's going to be a benefit all the way around. Michael, you want to talk about wait lists?
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, sorry about that, Ellen. Speaking of our wait list, we have a big change there too. Believe it or not, there has largely been a manual process for our schools, which we've automated through Workday. Basically, if a student wait lists for a class and a seat becomes available, they will get a notification via Workday to accept the seat. If they don't accept or decline the seat within 72 hours, they lose their spot. And the system automatically moves on to notifying the next person on that list. So students can get notifications on their phone because Workday also has a mobile app, which is not available on our current system. Another change is students will not be able to register for classes that meet at the same time. This allows class size and class rosters to stabilize more quickly. Faculty like this one a lot. Students, not so much. So students will be able to shop for, students will be able to shop for classes. They will just have to do it differently.
So those are just a few of the changes families may hear about from their students. There are many more, including things like new terminology to learn, changes related to how GPAs display. We've renumbered all of our courses. There's no registration lottery, which is a big win. Parents and families can go to sunrise.washu.edu to learn more about what's changing for their students. One of the things we want to talk about is what's changing for parents and families. Like today, students will have to give parents and family members access to see financial information and make payments. They will need to do that in Workday as well. So the students will set up request access for the family member, and then the family member will get notified and they can set up their account and log into Workday. It's very similar to what we do today. Students are able to do this right now where we are live, but parents and family members will not be able to see financial information or make payments or set up payment plans until the summer, and these will be for fall 2025 semester. Payments of the spring 2025 and summer 2025 tuition and fees will continue in our old system. Probably the biggest change for family members if who pay tuition or fees is how we're going to be handling payment plans. So a payment plan is you're just spreading the payments out over several months. The setup for that's going to be different. So I pay my child's tuition through a payment plan. So today I get a notification from Student Financial Services at WashU that I can go in and I can set up my payment plan and I can make my payments. Well, starting for payments for this fall, my son will have to go in and set up the payment plan and then give me access to make the payments. So the big change here is that instead of the parent or family member setting up the payment plan, the student is setting up the payment plan and then giving a third party the ability to make the payments. So we're a big, complex institution. We've been on one system for 30 years. None of these changes are going to be easy for us, for our students, for their advisors, for the faculty. We've spent the past year working hard to get everyone ready. Faculty, staff, and students have helped test the system. They've helped pilot training materials. They've been invited, faculty and staff have been invited to webinars about the changes, and all faculty, staff, and students were invited last fall, November, to come practice in the system. And then they were able to continue practicing for 6 weeks leading into this new semester. So we have had over 4,000 people take advantage of one or more of these learning opportunities. And the photo here is just one of our project leads who was working with a student at one of the events last November. Now we've set up some resource pages. So we've set up special page for students and others on the project website, so they know exactly what to do and when, and how to access support resources like tutorials and videos, as well as office hours that we have those every day to help students and give them some personalized support.
So we have a support page for families too, as well as on the next page, you'll see we have information on the financial services webpage as well. Anyone, including parents and families, can get help by submitting a ticket at servicedesk.washu.edu or can call 314-935-WDAY. So lots of support for what is a big and bumpy transition.
Great. Thank you both so much for that starting information. Now we have a few questions for you all. First question, when will this transition be complete?
So we're in the thick of it now. As students are registering for fall 2025 classes in April, students and those that give access, students and those they give access to will be able to make financial transactions in the system beginning in July. Faculty will start using the system for grading in the fall. So we will be fully off our old system this coming fall.
Great, thank you. Okay, next question. Can you give an example of a new policy or practice that is changing?
Sure. Probably the biggest change is in the advising space. When advisors meet one-on-one with their students, they typically take notes on the conversation. These notes have historically lived in a number of different places, and advisors could only see their own notes and not the notes the other advisors posted related to the same student. So that makes it difficult to advise when you only see a slice of what's going on. With Workday, if a student has multiple advisors, which most do, these advisors can see all the notes related to the student who they support. The more an advisor knows about their students, the better they can actually advise.
Great, I'm excited about that feature. Okay, have you all gotten any feedback from students? What do they like and what do they not like as much?
We've gotten a lot of feedback from students. They are ready to say goodbye to the old system. They like the more modern interface and the fact that it's a little bit more mobile friendly. They like that we don't need to have a registration lottery anymore, which I think causes some stress, and that's going to go away. And the fact that the new system will be available to them in the evening hours. Right now, our old system has to basically take a nap around 9 p.m. So that there can some things can be done on the system. And with Workday, they can use the system into the evening. That said, change is hard, and there are aspects of the system that get mixed reviews. For example, searching for courses is very different in Workday, and that's been a little hard to get adjusted to. It's a little bit more like a Google search. Some people like it, others find it confusing. I know that there are some worries about the greater enforcement of academic requirements, including the course prerequisites and co-requisites, and what that may mean for classes they want to take. And we know that the inability to register for 2 classes at the same time is not popular, although some see a benefit to that as well. So, so those are some of the things that, get mixed reviews. And then, like with any big change, we know that some of the details we haven't gotten right. And we know that some of the data and information, because of the complexity of the institution, may not be encoded in the way that we had originally thought it would be encoded. So we are very much aware of these issues. We are thankful for all the tickets that our students, faculty, and staff have put in and alerting us to things that look a little funny. And we're working through them, and we'll be working through them as we stabilize on the new system.
Thank you. And then last question, anything else you all want to make sure WashU parents and families know about Workday Student?
I'd say that just it's going to be really bumpy, and everyone is learning together. So if your kids complain, we get it. This is hard. If they have questions or concerns, or the data doesn't look quite right, please have them put in a ticket, or better yet, just join us at one of our office hours. There is plenty of help to be had on this. And the same goes to the families. Don't hesitate to reach out through our ticketing system if you have questions as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Michael and Ellen, for your information today, for joining us for this conversation. I know there's been a lot of work to get us to this point and through this transition, so I appreciate that. And thank you for all of the help you're giving our students and families to make that jump to Workday. Parents and families, thank you for watching this recording. You can find other webinar recordings, pre-recorded videos, and then upcoming live webinars at our families.washu.edu website. So thank you again, Ellen and Michael.
Thanks, Mimi.
Thanks, Mimi.